So, heyo, meine Cuties. Kleine Info für euch. Nicht in dieser Folge von Dogma 2 wird es leider keinen Ton geben von meiner Seite. Sprich jetzt von meinem Gequatsche. Weil, keine Ahnung, ob es an OBS liegt oder an irgendwas anderem. Aber der Ton fehlt schlicht und ergreifend. Ich habe keine Ahnung, woran es liegt. Aber ja, dementsprechend sage ich halt direkt mal dazu, in der nächsten Folge wird es wieder wie gehabt sein. Aber in dieser Folge müsst ihr halt leider ohne Ton von meiner Seite jetzt auskommen. Also, sorry und viel Spaß beim Gucken.
Which path ought we to follow? This calls for due consideration.
Do we decide based on our experience?
Tis a hobgoblin,
Likely in its weakness and our strength.
or most priority is to doubt its faith.
Our turn.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. These fiends are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair.
That was hard won. We were overconfident in our abilities. It is a painful reminder that fortune will not always favor us.
Well met. Does that make you the Arisen? Be at ease. I bear you no ill will. My name is Manella, and I have the honor of serving as a go-between twixt Her Majesty and the Guard. Come, let me buy you a drink. We've much to discuss, and I don't fancy standing round all the while.
This might be worth a read.
It couldn't hurt to take a peek.
Well, this tavern is open to travelers, aye, even pawns, so long as they've coined for their ale. Do come again. Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
I suppose we might.
The people of Bakbatthal view pawns with great prejudice. They're even forbidden from setting foot in the capital. Her Majesty, Empress Nadinia, has long been troubled by this custom, but a practice so ancient isn't easily overturned. Many are unhappy about the existence of this tavern, even though it lies outside the capital, simply because it was established as a place for pawns to gather. I know not what manner of person you are, but if you would aid me in my efforts to make the people of Bakbatthal more accepting of pawns, I would be glad to offer you a residence permit. 'Tis a bargain more than fair, for those who hold such permits may remain in Bakbatthal without having their activities questioned. What say you? Glad I am to hear it. Take this then. Simply show it to one of the sentries and you'll be granted entry to the capital. Oh, and if you encounter any troubled Batali along the way, I bid you assist them. They are harsh in their persecution of the pawns, but were they to be aided by the targets of their ire, mayhap a few stubborn hearts would soften. A simple plan, I know, but 'tis the only one available, or so it seems to me. I bid you good fortune, Sir Arisen.
How might I be
All knowledge of this, God's way, stems from the forbidden magic research laboratory, which can be found here in Batal. However, you would do well to first travel to the Alta Batal coast and seek a man named Ambrosius. For as a researcher of this laboratory, he will doubtless be able to answer many of your questions.
Look around if you must, but be sure to buy. Just tell me what you need, and I'll see it done. Come again when you've more coin.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter. These were
welcome and well met. Always a pleasure.
Huh? What in the... Where did you come from? Did Clark send you? Oh no, he did, didn't he? I'm sorry. I'm really, truly very sorry. I haven't slept a wink, I swear it. Well, I suppose I might have fallen asleep once or twice, but it isn't as if I've been lazing about. I simply haven't been able to devise any good ideas. I tell you, this arrangement has been an encumbrance on my mind from the very beginning. While I am glad that the old man appreciated my talents enough to commission me, it doesn't change the facts. I can only depict subjects that I've seen with my own two eyes, which makes things rather difficult, given the task at hand. Say, you appear a rather strapping sort. Would you be persuaded to bring me to a griffin? 'Twill be well worth any trouble. Clark shall pay handsomely to see this done. And you'd be doing me a great boon besides. I've heard aught of a griffin's nesting place. I shall await you there. Do keep in mind, however, that you must needs drag the battle out if I am to complete my sketch. Of course, I could look as long as I pleased if you were to petrify the beast. Indeed, a beast frozen in place would be much more easily drawn. 'Tis said that a famed sculptor of Eld used a Medusa's severed head to petrify her subjects before sketching them. Of course, I wouldn't presume to demand aught so legendary of you, Arisen. I only ask that you aid me in completing my sketch as best as you are able. Then I shall depart at once. Pray, meet me at the foot of the Guerco mountain range, east of the rest town.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb. After you, Arisen.
Interested in my wares?
Bitter glares dog our steps wherever we tread here in Bakbatthal. 'Tis clear its people hold no love for we pawns.
Let... No hardship keep us from our charge. We go...
Say, have you seen any statues about? Solid stone ones, carved in the likeness of monsters. Tell is, quite a number of them were found not long ago, just west of the Agamemnon ruins. Here's the curious part, though. The things look damn near real. So real, in fact, that collectors were willing to pay outlandish sums of gold for them. Would that I'd gotten my hands on one. Suppose I'll just have to hope there are more of them out there somewhere.
A customer, then. That changes things. Ah, too noisy for my liking.
Someday, I'll forge a blade fit.
I trust you're bothering. Life's naught but a cycle of war and peace.
I'll sit out on my my wares at the seas. Strange, what? You're not looking...
Hoy! Looking to change? No need to overthink it. You can change it on a whim. You've naught to lose, and you might. Many thanks.
Greetings, Sir Arisen. I have a message for you. Sir Manella would speak with you in the palace. Pray seek her out at your earliest convenience.
Boy, what's your problem? Walking about with pawns in tow, I mislike that. You from Vermund? 'Tis beastrons like you what bring shame upon the rest of us. True beastrons call Bakbatthal home. Go suffer for your porridge in Vermund, you damn lickspittle. What? Got something to say about it? Eh? Save it. You're not welcome here. Suppose you didn't know, but we don't allow Vermundian scum in this tavern. But I've got a heart of gold, me. I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself. All you've got to do is prove your mettle against these sods alone. That is. If you're bested, then we'll take all you've got. It's only fair, ain't it? Put your back into it!
Well now, quite the brawl we're having here. But I must say, these odds are rather craven. Did you leave your honor at the door?
And who are you supposed to be? You a friend of this one?
Nay, I'm a sellsword. Coin is my only ally. 'Tis not my conscience that called me here. No, no. I simply cannot stomach acts of cowardice. Is there even one among you with the grit for a proper duel, one-on-one?
What'd be in it for us, eh?
The fact that I'd refrain from breaking your jaw. That's not quite the reaction I was hoping for. Mayhap you know not my face. How about my name then? Ragnar.
Ragnar? You're him. From the Scarlet Rains and the battle for Jeremiah? Well, 'tis clear you're a man best not crossed. But I trust you'll have no complaints so long as there's only one of us, aye? Oi, bring it out!
Where's that reprobate gotten off to? We'll see if you can escape me a second time.
I don't believe it. You're a bloody menace, you are. Come on, you lot. We're leaving.
Fine work that was. Pray, save your thanks. I've no need of it. After all, judging by the skill with which you won that duel just now, I dare say you'd have bested those louts even if I hadn't intervened. I suppose that coward knew he was no match for you in a fair fight, so he had that beast take the beating for him. At any rate, 'tis safe to say you've piqued my interest. I hope our paths cross again someday. Of course, I can't promise I'll be as amicable then. As a sellsword, 'tis my policy to let my employer decide friend from foe. I'm sure you understand. Till next time.
There can be no doubt that you are mighty, Arisen. Mayhap even mightier than my own master. One cannot help but wonder.
The world's changing. Not sure how much longer.
We must rest.
though the sun is still up.
I can't tell you how I suffered at the hands of golems in that other...
Good morrow, everyone.
Off we go, then.
Feeling rested, I trust?
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
They can be most convenient. Though they travel only during the day.
Isn't it early for a rest as yet?
Yes, that's looking splendid.
Kinda hard. I'm barely scraping by.
I'll claw out his eyes.
Materials, eh? I shan't deny they have their uses.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible.
I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vision go to waste. Well done!
Use these flames to smite our enemies.
I did my best to match your skill, Master.
I'll carefully conserve my strength.
I can't imagine we're in need of a campsite just now.
Time spent camping isn't necessarily... No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
I shan't let you fall!
The Arisen is in your charge.
As a matter of fact, curious thing. One of my former masters chose to hire only women. I wonder why.
Each to their own.
Who are you? No, never mind, 'tis of little import. I'm searching for blue crystal shards. Find any, and I'll pay you handsomely. The bigger they are, the higher your reward will be. Is that all? Tiny fragments such as these aren't nearly good enough. Still, I expect I'll find a use for them. Here, take your coin and be gone. 'Tis a god's sway. Well, to be precise, the crystalline substance from which 'tis made. By refining such crystals, anyone can attain the power of the Arisen. The power to command pawns, that is. However, small fragments are meaningless. They cannot contend with the Arisen's power, you see. Speaking of which, should you find any large fragments, bring them to me, won't you? Though that might be difficult, we've scoured this area quite thoroughly, I should think. 'Tis possible larger shards may have been mistaken for jewels and carried off by scavengers or collectors or some such. Mayhap one such as the Oracle or the Dragon Forged would be able to aid you in locating them. I can tell you no more than that.
Must you interrupt?
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure. Now there's a worthy prize, if only 'tweren't so far away.
Let me get that.
Since times of eld, dragon blood has been used to refine all manner of equipment. I myself learned the art by deciphering ancient texts. Remember, draconic blood flows through the veins of lesser drakes as well. Bring me what ye reap, shall harness it to your benefit. Then I bid ye farewell.
More harpies, Master.
We have no means of exploiting our...
Since times of remember, so long as ye retain your will, you'll find you're bound to it, and it to ye. The Godsway? Forgive me, but I've ne'er heard of such a thing. However, some years past, a sorcerer of Bakbatthal came to me seeking knowledge of the dragon, just as ye have. Faces, sir, I believed he called himself. It appeared his intent was to alter the will of the world through mortal means. Perhaps there is some connection. Then go. But visit me since times of eld. Dragon blood. Remember. Then I bid ye farewell.
I grant you roaring flame.
Are we ignoring the enemy today?
Let us defer to the Arisen's judgment.